years hibernation means a wake up in a new century on a new planet. But a year ago, everything changed.
I think something went wrong with the hibernation pods. We woke up 90 years too soon. It's a sexy action thriller in space.
This can't be happening. We have to go back to sleep.
We can't.
It was such an interesting concept, and I haven't seen anything like it before.
Something's wrong. Something big.
You have this really intimate story playing out on this vast stage.
This ship is gonna go. I have to do this.
No! You die, I die!
To be in this world of this extraordinary spaceship. I liked the drama of it, the adrenaline-fueled adventure combined with the performances and the human story.
Ooh, oh, hello. You're recording this. Fantastic. Sometimes you read a script and it just grabs a hold of you and does not let go. I was never gonna let anyone else play Jim.
I think we were very fortunate to have Chris because he combines a wonderful comical acuity, but he also has a very deep soul as a person and as an actor.
Chris is one of those actors that everyone can relate to. He feels like the kind of guy you want to go have a beer with.
I'm really looking forward to reading the script to figure out what I'm doing up here.
Chris is so funny, and he's confident, and he's quick. He's very different than Jim. That was interesting to watch him go from Chris Pratt to this shy, insecure person.
I'm sorry, I think I may be in
Hold
the
all
wrong...
questions till the end, please.
Aurora is a more intellectually realized person than Jim.
She's this career woman who's sort of conquered Earth, essentially. Now she's going off to conquer another world.
Aurora's very smart and very driven and curious. Maybe there's another way to go to sleep. What about the infirmary?
I checked it out, it's just scanners and an autodoc.
Oh, well, I'm not ready to give up.
In Jennifer Lawrence, we had just a gorgeous, naturally athletic person who feels like an icon of femininity and a shrewd, acutely intelligent performer.
She's like an opera singer who can just open their mouth and make a sound you didn't know existed. I feel like that's what she does with her acting.
Our characters and our chemistry evolved really effortlessly, and that's also a sign of good material.
Who's the lovely lady?
This is Aurora.
Aurora. A pleasure.
Michael Sheen plays the android bartender Arthur, and we had a lot of fun working together.
What's sort of fun for me to explore as the character is how human-like he can be and how much you can sort of forget that he's android. And then suddenly you hit a strange wall where you're suddenly reminded, oh no, this is not a human being.
You feel like you're supposed to be somewhere else.
So that was really interesting to explore that.
There's something wrong. Bunch of system failures.
Lawrence, Jen and I are both massive fans. It was really thrilling to get to work with him.
Chief Gus Mancuso is a crew chief, so he has access to certain things that they wouldn't have access to as passengers.
Jim and Aurora don't really understand the gravity of the situation until Lawrence Fishburne's character is introduced.
This group of people have come together in this perfect unison and built this glorious thing that is bigger and better and more amazing than I could have ever imagined.
The Avalon is part badass spaceship and part luxury cruise liner. You're looking around, you're seeing a real ship.
The main set, which is called the Grand Concourse, looks very much akin to a very high-tech shopping mall. You have entertainment centers with dance machines.
Are you serious?
Sports centers.
Whoa, whoa, oh!
You have a swimming pool. Restaurants that you might find in any city.
Make that double jumbo shrimp.
You have a bar. There are also a couple of high-level hotel suites. You have the hibernation area where the 5,000 passengers are sleeping.
We were lucky enough that we had the vastness of these amazing sets to shoot this movie on.
Everything was very beautiful. It just looked very different to me than anything I've seen before.
Hey, I'm Chris Pratt, and I'm getting weightless, doing some wire work. That's what they call this, because I'm hanging by wires. The weightlessness stuff is really difficult to nail. Without being in a zero-gravity situation, you're really trying to fake the idea that gravity's not pulling down on your hands or down on your feet, and you're suspended simply by your belt.
Chris is great with stunts, great with wire work.
They got me floating in this spacesuit. This is kind of cool.
The spacesuit is real heavy, and we're hanging on these suits, and each boot weighs 20 pounds, and my helmet weighs another 40 pounds, and they're saying, it doesn't look like you're weightless. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not.
The fact that he was able to do it himself and not just a stunt person really does speak volumes about Chris.
It's really difficult, but I feel like I'm cut out for that type of work, especially the physical stuff. I get mentally exhausted way before I get physically exhausted. Not to brag, but my brains are in my glutes, bro.
One of the things that happens was that the gravity goes out and Aurora almost dies in the pool. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever shot, but it was really amazing. When I saw the CG example of what it was going to look like, I was really excited.
I would argue it's probably the most technical sequence for us in the whole film. I think it will just be a beautiful but terrifying moment. And we have that sort of floating, almost embryonic shot against the stars to remind us how fragile everything is.
I think people are going to be as amazed by the visual effects as I am.
We really put a lot of time and effort into creating an amazing visual world that is inviting but awe-inspiring as well.
It's really indescribable to live with a story for nearly a decade and then suddenly seeing it become real in front of your eyes.
I loved the world, I loved the two characters, and I loved just the sheer idea of the whole thing.
This is an epic. It's adventure, it's a thriller, it's scary, but it's emotionally resonant, and it's spectacle, all wrapped up in one movie.